Yes, mates, how's it going? My name's Lee, and welcome back to the FPL Punk YouTube channel, where we try to dominate FPL one game week at a time. The game week 1 deadline is near, and I'm still moving players in and out. However, this is my most recent draft, and I thought it'd be fun just to kind of talk through it, and maybe, just maybe, I'll figure out life's problems and everything to do with FPL whilst I'm recording this video right here and right now. Anyway, let's rock and roll.
Get strong.
Alright mates, first up we've got the goalkeeper and the defence, and in my previous draft I had Sells, Van Dijk was in there, Tarkowski was in there, I think it might have been Branthwaite at that time. We got reports today that Branthwaite is injured, which puts me off Tarkowski as well, so I have changed a couple of things around. I have gone for Bob Sanchez in goal. I actually don't love this move. I just don't think there's a lot of good goalkeepers, particularly around this price point. Not keen on Vicario, like I'm seeing a lot of people go for him. I'm not keen on him. For me, it's between Sells and Sanchez. It's kind of a toss of a coin between those two. I've gone for Sanchez as of right now, because I have gone for double Forest defence. I didn't want to triple up, and I've already got another Forest player in this team anyway, so currently got Sanchez. I don't think he's that bad, and he was much improved towards the back end of the season. I have got my backup goalkeeper as Dubravka, and my bench sub is Esteve or Esteve or however you pronounce his name from Burnley. He's just there as a 4 million defender. Like he could be any of them. I'm seeing a few people go for Hartman, who's the left back for Burnley, but apparently like he's a little bit injury prone, so it kind of puts me off there a little bit. But Sanchez kind of is what it is. I think Chelsea have got some decent fixtures. Like he's playable in almost all of them, so happy just kind of having him, sticking with it, and just kind of see what happens. Like I said, I've got double Forest defence. Again, like I don't really love this. Like initially, I added Everton defender in there, but with that report coming out of Branthwaite being injured, puts me off entirely. So as of right now, made this move like 10 minutes ago, and before recording this, and as of right now, I've got Murillo and Nico Williams. 99% sure Murillo's going to start. Nico Williams is probably about 85%. Like I think FPL Raptor said he started the last 18 of 19 Premier League games. I think if they don't sign any new fullbacks, I think he's almost guaranteed to play. But they are looking at players like Tsimikas and Leif Davis, so it looks like they are in the market for a left back. But not sure which way they would go with that. I think if they got Davis, he might start over Nico Williams. I think if they got Tsimikas, I think it's probably about Nico Williams to start, to be honest. Like they've still got Ola Aina there as well, who can also play both sides, so whether Williams would get minutes at both full-back positions remains to be seen. I have gone for Spurs defender anyway. I'm seeing people go for Van der Ven. He's just got hamstrings made of breadsticks, you know what I mean? Like the guy's a mess. Like he can't last 2 minutes without breaking his something or other. And I wish he could stay fit, because I think he's class, like rapid, but he's just, I think he's that quick, and he's one of those players, like I think he's that quick that like he must have flexibility or mobility issues like around that area, because he just pulls his hamstring and he gets injured in that area just way too much. And you see it a lot with like these fast twitch players, and maybe it's just one of those, like him, like maybe he needs to take up something like yoga to just sort that out. I don't really know, but for me, like Paul seems the safe bet. I had Romero in a very early draft, and I still like Romero still. But again, like he's reckless, he's mistake prone, he's red card prone, and his fitness record like isn't actually great over the past couple of years. So reason why I'm going for Paulo. Looks like Madison's going to be out, like he did his ACL. I saw he had a successful surgery of that, so hopefully he's back towards the back end of the season. I think Paulo's going to take a lot of set pieces, like whether that's free kicks, corners. Don't think he's going to be on penalties or anything like that. Like I still think forwards are going to kind of hog that, but Paulo, like I still think he's going to be good from that point of view. I have gone back to Cucurella, and I've been on and off Cucurella for like the whole time. I had Van Dijk for a little bit, and the Charity Shield just put me off Van Dijk altogether. Made a mistake. Frimpong is so attacking that they just have no defense down that right hand side. Like if I'm any team coming up against Liverpool, just bombard that Liverpool's right side and your left side, and just keep hammering it down that side, because neither of those can defend. Yeah, like it didn't look great in that game. I still think he's going to be a great long-term option, and I still think he's going to be in the top 5 scoring defenders over the course of the season. But over the shorter term, I'd back my chances over someone like Cucurella. like in those first 6-7 games, I can see Cucurella getting a 12-15 pointer. Like it just feels like he's always there or thereabouts. Like he's always kind of crashing into the box. Actually moving more towards like a double pivot during attack as well, but like really attacking. Scores the odd wonder goal. Just like him a lot. I've been really impressed with him over the last 18 months or so. I thought his Chelsea career was done at one point. I think he's just really well. What I don't love about this is the fact that I'm doubled up on Chelsea defence and Forest defence. So if both of those teams concede, it feels like all my eggs are in that hypothetical basket. Do I spread the risk around? Like, do I move someone like Nico Williams to a LaCroix from Crystal Palace, who are dropping down to an Anderson, and take a Steve, like whatever he's called, up to like a 4.5? Like, I absolutely love having Dargu, and as a result of this kind of structure, I don't have Dargu. So whether I go Nico Williams to someone like an Anderson, have Dargu as my first sub as my backup defender, and they've obviously got Burnley in game week 3, Man United, so I love him from that point of view. Thought about moving over a couple of other things around as well. Like, I could even maybe look at someone like, feel like that defense is pretty set, but could I take a gamble on that Cucurella position and go for someone like an Ain't Nora or a Frimpong or a Kirkaz and try and go for that attacking fullback? Don't like it from a minutes point of view, but that could be something that I could target, and something that could change between now and the deadline for game week 1. But let's move on to the midfield. Moving on to the midfield, and from this structure already, you can tell that I'm going to play a 4-5-1. A little bit risky, but you'll see who I've got on my sub and who I'm starting with up front. I have gone for the very, very cheap 5.5 million midfielders of Tijani Reinders and Elliot Anderson. I think a 5.5 million midfielder playing for Man City that looks like he's going to play as an 8, like a Gundogan style player. I just think it's worth the. I think it's worth the gamble. Like I don't see the point in messing around with this one. Like, we could get to game weeks 3 or 4 and he could be 6 million, and he's gone up in like multiple times. I think if you can get into these big teams at that price range, I think it just makes so much sense, and I don't think it's worth the risk not going for him. I think if he works with the structure of your team, I just think he's great. Like the goals he took really well against Palermo, I think it was when he got his double. I saw FPL above average Baker did a really nice piece in him actually, where just kind of deconstructing his kind of runs from deep, crashing the box. Very much a pointer. He loves a point. Like, he loves telegraphing and telling his teammates exactly where he wants the ball. Like, I don't love that from. If I'm a defender, like I want to know where the ball's going, and if he's there pointing all over the place, I'm just going to go where he's pointing. Do you know what I mean? So it's probably not great from that point of view. I still think he'll be successful. I can see City's kind of makeup of goals already from the way, like, Reinders is kind of getting the ball, where they play it down the wings, cut inside, pass it across. Reinders runs onto the ball, takes the first touch into the box, first time shot. I can see that happening quite a lot. I do like a few more on that 5.5 to 5. I like Arias from Wolves. I don't think it's the right time to get him right now, but I think in a few game weeks' time, like, he might become an option. So this is the thing with Reinders, like, if he doesn't work out, his ownership's that low. I don't see his price changing too much in terms of downwards. So I could go to like a sideways moves, so like an Arias, and if his price does go down, I've got some like a Dewsbury Hall from Everton. If it looks like he's playing in the number 10 and taking a lot of set pieces, I'm not sure if he will. They have signed Jack Grealish, like, whether he comes in as a number 10. Dewsbury Hall drops back into one of those defensive and midfielder positions. We'll kind of see that over the first few weeks, and I can make a decision from there. But really happy with Reinders. I think he might go under the radar. I think people might not want to take the risk on him, but for me, I think it's worth the risk, especially early on. Up next, we've got Cole Palmer, and he just makes sense. Like, he's in a lot of teams. Chelsea got good fixtures. He was just incredible during the Club World Cup. Can't say I watched a lot of it, but from a highlights and kind of stats point of view, I just thought he was great. And I still think he's on penalties as well, so I like him from quite a lot of different kind of avenues of points from that point of view. I don't think he might be frustrating this season, particularly early on when they've got a lot of players still gelling. I can see Palmer doing something like his first 5 game weeks might be 2 points, 5 points, 2 points, 15 points. Like it's going to be a bit up and down. But you might get some other players like an Elliot Anderson who's getting 3s and 4s every single week. I can see Palmer just being up and down all the time. I have currently got Mo Salah, but for one of the first times during preseason, I have started making drafts without Salah. I just find it very difficult not to go with him. His ownership's high. He's just a very easy backup captaincy option. If you've ever got any doubts, you can just captain Salah. And some people might think that's boring. That's perfectly fine. Like, you can think that. Like I don't mind. I just don't think anyone can match his output. And I know he didn't look great in the Charity Shield. I think once the season starts, I think Salah knows that was kind of like a semi-competitive friendly. Like I don't see him playing like that once the season starts. I just think he's going to rip him apart. Like Bournemouth have lost basically all the defence. Lost the goalkeeper, 2 centre-backs and left-back. Like the only position that he was not great in was right-back, and that's the position they've kept. I think it was Adam Smith for parts of last season. I think other players played there as well. I've got no issues about owning him. Am I heading into game week 1? If I didn't have Salah, and I'd probably go for a Haaland draft. I don't love a lot of the forwards. I think it's good to have that kind of ultra premium, safe backup captaincy shout, and you can maybe move move other things around. But I think if you don't have that one, spreading the funds around, like if Salah goes crazy the first 2 or 3 weeks, and you spread the money around, it's going to be really difficult to kind of get him into your team. Like it's going to take multiple transfers to move that around. So because of that, I just don't see the point in kind of messing around with that too much. Like for me, it's just it might probably a little bit boring, but easier just to have Salah, stick him in, play him every single week, captain him probably 60-70% of the time, just because it's easier. Do you know what I mean? Next up we've got Bruno, and I'm finding it very hard not to include Bruno in a draft. I've tried to take him out and move him down some like averts and things. I just don't like it. Like I just really don't like it. He's just got so many different avenues to points. Like I saw FPL Raptor and Above Average talking about the friendly we played when we drew 1-1 against Fiorentina. Bruno got an assist, and he would have got defensive contributions. He probably would have got max bonus as well. So like he's coming away from a 1-0 game with just an assist with like 9-10 points. Like it's just crazy. And he's on penalties still as well. Like even though he's playing deeper, I've got no issues about Bruno getting involved in the attack, because like he's playing with better players. You think about all those chances that he did create in the past, like whether from open play or set pieces, it's getting on the end of better players. And if he can fizz it into the likes of Cunha and Bumo, Sesko, Ahmad down one side, Dorgu down the other side, I think we're going to create a lot of chances, score a lot of goals. I think Bruno's just going to be just crucial to it. I can see a lot of the times in most games that one of those front three might get subbed, and Bruno would then push into those advanced positions. So I think we might get games where Bruno's played 70-75 minutes in a deeper 6-8 position, and then towards the back end of the game, he moves forward into one of those 10s. And I love that as well. Like he kind of gets a bit in like a bit of everything. Like I think he'll get a lot of defensive contributions. Like when he does play deep, still on set pieces, still on penalties. Like Bruno's Bruno. Like he's gonna get 180, 190 points over the course of the season. And like I mentioned earlier, I have gone for Elliot Anderson, which then completes my triple up of Nottingham Forest players, and that's the reason why I don't have Sells. He's there to tick along nicely. I think people kind of sit on the fence, kind of one way or the other about defensive contributions. I'm very much on the pro side of things. I think they're going to be great. I think they're going to do great for the game. I could even look at someone like a Caicedo. Like I'd have to move things around to get that, but I think Caicedo's like an equally good pick. I think he's going to get kind of 130, 140, 150 kind of point range. And I think he's great. Like he's probably still on set pieces. With more Gibbs White staying, I can see Anderson now kind of playing in one of those deeper roles. And then so because of that, I think he will pick up a lot of defensive contributions. There's a guy, I think it's FPL Chewy on Twitter. I actually follow him as well, and I've forgotten your name. I'm so sorry. He's got a little picture of the Chewbacca in the Chelsea kit. Did a really nice breakdown of Elliot Anderson's contributions, and particularly kind of game week 15 onwards. So pre-game week 15, he didn't play 90 minutes that often, but post-game week 15, played 90. Elliot Anderson played 90 minutes in about 95 to 96% of the games. And in a large percentage of those, he got defensive contributions, as well as being on set pieces and getting the odd goal, getting the odd assist. So because of that, I just love him, mate. I think he's mint. Anyway, let's move on to the forwards. The lone striker I've decided to go for is Ollie Watkins, and this was a no-brainer for me. I did consider some other options. I did consider Gyökeres, but his lack of preseason minutes and not looking the sharpest in a couple of games kind of led me down the kind of the Watkins path. Like, he's been great in preseason, scoring a lot of goals, looking really sharp, not having a ton of competition, probably still on penalties as well. I'd love to get Morgan Rogers into this team as well. I think if I had Morgan Rogers, it would be something like, you can see I've got Strand Larsen on the bench. You'd be take Strand Larsen out, take him down to like someone really cheap. I've then got maybe 2 million. I could then go Anderson or Reinders to Morgan Rogers. I've 0.5 left over. I could then take maybe a Stev up to like 4.5 and have a decent backup option. Like, the only thing I don't like about that is then it leaves me probably someone like a Creepy Jr. would be the backup forward alongside Guy, I think his name is Guy from Sunderland. And I don't love those. I don't like that from a structural point of view. The reason why I've gone for Strand Larsen, I think they're great from game week 2, and it allows me kind of assess how Reinders is playing, if he looks like he's going to be a starter. Also gives me like pretty good strength in depth, and it also covers well for Porro in game week 2 where Spurs play Man City. So in game week 2 I could then play a 3-5-2 with defenders being Murillo, Williams and Cucurella, with Watkins and Strand Larsen up front. There are a couple of options around that price range. I would love to have the money to get up between Evan Nielsen. I just can't move the money around enough. Like, I think that would require taking some like a Cucurella down to a 5.5 or Murillo down to a 5 and moving some things around. I don't like going down in the goalkeepers from a 5 to a 4.5. I was pretty high in Kelleher quite early on. Don't love him as much now. Like, I think he's missed some preseason games, and I don't love Petrovic from Bournemouth. Like, I'd like to see how they progress over the first few weeks. So that's how I've currently got it right now. I think Ollie Watkins will start the season quite sharply. I don't think it's a bad game for them. Newcastle haven't had a great kind of transfer window. Like, I feel like spirits are quite down there. Like, Watkins could come in and just absolutely smash them and get a couple of goals. He's not a massive returner, but he's going to tick along quite nicely. I think he'll average maybe 6-7 points over the course of the season. And I think he'll just do that all season long. That's how I've kind of got it right now. I still love Jared Bowen, and if I could get Jared Bowen into this team, I would consider that. I've considered Bruno Fernandes down to someone like a Morgan Rogers or another 7.5, or even someone cheaper. And I really like someone like a Matoma. If Eze was confirmed staying at Crystal Palace, I could consider that. Like, the only thing with Crystal Palace assets, and that's the reason why I'm not considering someone like a Mateta, is that they have got some European fixtures in between games 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. But puts me off them a little bit. I think if you're looking at someone like a Daniel Munoz, like, I think he's going to play every single minute of every single game. Like, he's just an absolute fitness beast. Like, I've got no issues there. I think they might want to rest Mateta or Eze at certain points to kind of keep them fresh. Which kind of puts them off, and which puts me off them a little bit. But I think he will become an option, and he's been great in pre-season too. So that's what I'm going for right now. Things could change massively. Right, mates, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. So we discussed my current draft for game week 1. Things will still change. I'm still not kind of 100% happy. I feel like I've got a kind of a vague structure of how I want the team, but things could easily change. Like, things are changing in football all the time. Like, if we get some more injury news or we get some more transfer news, like, I feel like things could easily change from any point of view. But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment down below. Have a good day. Peace and love.